feel about the consistency of the offense so far?
We just need to start a little faster. You know, we still haven't started well in the last 3 games, probably 4 games. So we still got to do a lot better job early on, being a little bit more consistent, taking care of the football. It's gotten a couple serious, especially the last couple games, the last few games, maybe every game, I'm not sure. But that's something we've talked about and we stressed even before this game. And, came out and weren't very consistent early on, but we did get rolling. You know, our kids are resilient. They've been working extremely hard. They stay together throughout the game. They're very calm, so that's the sign of great leadership, that we can't overcome some of those early mistakes. But as you get through conference play, you know, each week's going to get tougher, and you know, we got to be more consistent early on. That's for sure.
Do you have an explanation for the slow starts?
No, just, you know, maybe a little bit of nerves. We can't put my finger on it. You know, some things that we work all week in practice, we work on out here on starting fast. You know, we're getting the looks that we're seeing. We're getting the looks that we're comfortable with, and the looks that we want to throw those plays to. We got to be more consistent.
What is Matt Collins doing to get so wide open on his? What was he doing well? You know,
practicing and being more consistent in practice, getting the timing. You know, Mac's one of those guys that he can run by anybody, and it's just a matter of making sure you get the right timing and the technique on those routes and on certain routes that we're running. I think early on, you know, he missed a bunch of times, having some nicks and bruises, and I don't think him and the quarterback's gotten rhythm with throwing to him, because it's a lot different throwing the football to him than it is other receivers.
Why is that?
Because he stretches it so much faster. So a ball that may be, you know, 45 to 48 yards with one receiver, maybe 55 to 58 with another. You know, so it's just about rhythm and getting the timing right with each individual player, and that's why practice is huge, is important. Can't just step out there on Saturday and not rep it all week long and then expect to have success. It just doesn't happen that way.
And with him, until the ball hits the ground, it's basically a catchable ball, pretty much.
Yeah, you can get it out there with him, and again, a lot of it again is timing. You got to let him. He's like a Labrador Retriever. You got to throw that frisbee and let him go get it.
That first score he had the other night, could he not have run that pattern? Was he physically not able to do that a month ago, maybe?
Again, I think it's more, it wasn't that he wasn't physically able to do it, it was more the rhythm and timing of the route. I think it's so key and so important. The rhythm of the time, the play action, the timing, the drop, letting it go. You know, our landmarks, where the ball's going to be once you come out of your cut, where your eyes are going to be. There's a lot of things that go into throwing shots. And if you're not working them each and every day, and you don't have that rhythm, they're just long foul balls. And so we had way too many of those last season, and just didn't have the rhythm early. But I feel like we're getting there, and we've been working it a ton. And those guys have really done a great job of coming out here and working, even when we're not doing it in practice. They're working on together.
I asked that because he was banged up earlier, and you guys weren't looking to stretch as much earlier, but it's more part of the package now.
Yeah, we try to stretch the field. We don't want people sitting on us, that's for sure. And you know, this team they're very good about sitting on the chains, and they're not going to just let you dink and dunk them. So you're going to have to get people off of you. And you know, overall, that's what everybody will do if you're not taking shots down the field. So it's a big part of what we do on offense, and it's a big part of our game plan each and every week, so we can get to the rest of our stuff.
Tougher part of the schedule is coming up. Close the season. Probably the best teams you guys are going to play are still ahead of the schedule. You won't have big leads where you don't have to worry about giving Elijah touches, where he's only get like 8 like the other night, because he didn't need more than 8 the other night. Is he ready to handle the kind of workload that he has coming up?
He's got him. The other night, he was sick all last week. You know, he started cramping up a little bit, especially in the second half. And you know, when you're like that and when that happens, you can't really get in the rhythm with him. He did an unbelievable job early. I thought he ran the ball hard. Probably should have gotten the ball a little bit earlier on some of those run passes. Again, but would like to get him the ball. We would like to see how many carries we can get him. But at the same time, he's such a hard runner. He gets a little bit gassed at times too. But I think more so he's been in a lot better shape. It's not that he can't do it. I think last week he was out of practice a few days and cramped up a little bit.